Hello everyone, looking good, feeling fine. Today I feel so different. Yesterday was a Eureka moment. I suppose overnight was a Eureka moment. And I wanted to share it with you because sometimes when you're in my role or position of teaching, we really forget our own advice, the advice that we're giving. And yesterday something happened, and it was very interesting how I was reaching out to my soul family for guidance, and it ended in a very, very interesting conversation with my beloved, who felt that she had to say something to me. And yes, I'm in a very probably unique situation because I have communication, and I've had recent 3D contact and continue to have 3D contact. But this message is important, and I wanted to share it with you because I do believe that it applies to all twin dynamics, divine union dynamics, and it really is about dropping all of this preconceived idea or preconceived thought process that we have, and actually really looking at ourselves. There's so much information out on the internet, there's so much information in films, there's so much we've built this image in our mind of how it should be. We recognize that it's a divine union, we recognize our twin, we recognize that it's a very, very special very special connection, and we've again programmed ourselves. We've programmed ourselves that this is how it should be. And I can speak from my own personal experience and from some of the twins that I've helped and that I guide. And I watched my own message from the 4th of October again this morning, and I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I'm saying, well, Dean, you need to take your own advice. But to go one step further, it is really to forget the idea of union, forget the idea of a relationship, forget all of these preconceived ideas. And that's very, very difficult for the human mind. It's you know, we've been on this journey for a long time, some longer than others, some for years, some for decades, and for some a matter of months. And the amount of knowledge and wisdom that we're gleaning is tremendous. But because we're reading this information, we're I suppose creating another illusion for our psyche and our ego of this is how it should be. It's supposed to be this way. It's supposed to be, we're supposed to be together in some 3D type relationship, when we need to, I believe we need to drop that conception, that misconception. It will be what it shall be. And one of the things that I learned in the last 12 hours is that by trying to force or push this idea or this concept of that we're supposed to be together is potentially wrong. We have this inner knowing that it should be, that we should be together, and this is what we should be guided by. This is our inner self, this is our higher self, this is our soul telling us that this is a natural connection. And by reading and gathering all this information, we are programming ourselves that, okay, if we do this, we do this, we do this, and we do it like this, and we do it like that, it should end up in this, which is predetermining the outcome, which defeats the purpose of divine timing, which defeats the purpose of a divine union. And one of the things that I also recognize in my own behavior is that the old patterns have changed somewhat, but the characteristics are still the same. So I recognize that there is still this defragging going on, this reprocessing of information. And I said a few months ago that whatever we have any contact with our beloved, it's all new. They've changed, we've changed, and we're learning how to reconnect, how we're going to get that frequency and that vibration on a common level. Even though it's there, the psyche is still playing in the background and probably in the foreground, and it's quite incredible. And when we take away this expectation of union and accept that we are in union, because we all are in union, we're just not physically connected. Some of us are physically connected, and when I look at my own personal situation, I'm in my beloved's life. I'm there. I may not be there in the way that I perceive it should be, but I'm there. And that's the fundamental starting point. And as we're getting to know ourselves, and we're recognizing these issues, and we're recognizing these hurdles that we need to overcome, when we take away this expectation and really do become totally zen, or totally living the here and now, nothing else really matters. Nothing does matter. Yes, your bills need to be paid, and you need to go to work, or you need to look after the kids or walk the dog, but nothing else really matters. And one thing I've also realized, that over the last 6-7 months, I've been helping a tremendous amount of people, and done a lot of talking and a lot of teaching and a lot of writing, but I've also neglected myself, really neglected myself. And you know, it's very easy for like a psychologist to be a psychologist and talk every day to patients or clients, but when they come across their own life situations, they actually don't know what to do, even though they're psychologists or psychiatrists or any form of doctor or anything in medicine or science. We really don't know what to do, and we reach out, or we do exactly the same as what we're teaching others. So if we say something as a teacher, we should really heed our own advice, and we should really heed our own teaching. And this is, I suppose, the message from me, is that I now need to look again inside of me to address these issues, to address this new template that needs to be evolved, needs to be expanded, and to enjoy and appreciate what I have. Not only with my children, not only with my life, not only with my beloved, but whatever I have in the world also. Whatever we have when we go for a walk in the morning, or when we sit in the car and drive. Appreciate all of that. Because tomorrow we may not be here. And whilst we manifest with positive intention, and we can set some form of planning in the future, we can never try to predetermine what's going to happen at that time, because we can only deal with today. You know, things change in tomorrow. The weather may change, and something drastic may happen. The airports may be closed or whatever, and we have to deal with that issue at that time. So it is really totally living in the here and now. It's almost as if you need to numb your brain. You need to turn off this computer that's working in the background and chucking and churning. And yes, I often say to living in 5D is where there's no pain, and there's no fear, and there's no reality. Living in reality is very, very difficult, especially when you have a very active brain. And I've been drawn recently to watch some other inspirational authors and speakers, and their underlying message is the same. Come from within. When you're within, it doesn't matter what's without. You're being outside. So everything that we do is on this journey is from an internal perspective. And it's hard. It's very, very hard when you live in this 3D reality. We are human beings, and we are supposed to experience and fully appreciate all that this dimension offers, or the vessel offers. This vessel is so limited, it's so constrained. The brain is even more constrained. We can allow the brain to dream and fantasize, but the parameters are there. The safety nets are there. Sometimes I wish I could be a base jumper. Those guys have no fear. They're dicing with death. They're living their lives fully on adrenaline, on adrenaline rush. And I don't say that that's a good way to live, but it's a great way to let go of all your fears. And one of the things I said to my beloved in an email that I wrote months ago is that she pushed me off the cliff, but I grew my wings before I hit the bottom. And that's much like a base jumper. They will pull the parachute at the last moment to get the most out of that adrenaline rush, to get that real buzz. And life is a buzz. Life is full of wonders. It's full of amazing things, and we should appreciate them. So the moral of this message is really focus on yourself. Focus on your children, focus on your life, put your energy into this fully, and allow the universe to do whatever magic and wondrous things that she needs to do to bring you and your beloved together. Because one thing is for sure, you will be together in time. We're only conscious of time as human beings. The universe has no concept of time. It will happen when it's supposed to happen. And when you lift this desire, this desire, this passion to be with your beloved, there's nothing wrong in those thought processes, but it's how we enact them. It's how we apply them in our life. And I suppose meditation, relaxation, grounding, being at one is the perfect way. Is just to appreciate what we have, because we do have it. Our connection is there, whether it's in 3D, 5D, 55D, or wherever it's at, it's there. And we're still trotting along saying, I wish this could happen, yes, I wish so many things, and I have forgotten really what I have. And I have so much. I have so much inside of me, I have so much around me, and now it's time for me to again go within, to get to the bottom of this thought process and defrag it completely and come out with a new mindset. That's another psychological journey. It's not a spiritual journey, it's a psychological journey. It's retraining the psyche. It's retraining the psyche in a new thought process. It's reprogramming. The energies have shifted, and we can appreciate and we can feel those energies. Our brain is not a static being, it's not a static muscle, it's an active muscle, and it absorbs, and our DNA is changing. But we're the thought process, and when we take away these preconceived ideas, what are we left with? Us. You're left with you, I'm left with me. And no matter what, you are the same as I am. I am one. You are one. We are. And we can all live in harmony on that frequency, in that dimension, knowing that we are love, because we are love. We're loving beings of the purest form. And no matter what in our life, love will come back to us. Love will come to us in so many different ways, whether it's our beloved or whether it's a soulmate connection or whatever. We have to appreciate what we have, and we have to appreciate where we're going, and we live in that light, knowing that we are love. This is probably going to be the last message for a while, because I really do need for myself to take some time. I will still service my clients, but now I need to take some time for me. I appreciate all of your love and your light and your best wishes and your prayers. I'm grateful, because without you, I wouldn't be where I am today. I love you all. I will be back soon. Take care. Love and light. Namaste.